Hey there, Paul Carson here, Philadelphia Mortgage Brokers. I just want to take a minute and walk you through an important acronym and term in our world, debt to income ratio, also known as DTI. So what is debt to income ratio? Let's take simple math. It is essentially how much income you earn, and then we take your debts divided by those numbers. So simply put, let's take some easy numbers on this one. Let's say you make $5,000 a month or $60,000 a year, and let's say your housing payment is going to be $2,000 a month and you make $5,000 a month. That would leave your housing payment of 40% debt to income ratio. 2,000 divided by 5,000 equals that 40%. The reason I use that 40% marker, that's kind of where things start to tighten up. Debt to income ratios above in the 40s start to bump up to the ceilings of what's allowable with guidelines, whether that's conventional, FHA, jumbo loans. Everybody has slightly different guidelines of the maximum debt to income ratio. So once the housing payment, your mortgage payment itself starts to get into the 40s, you're going to start to bump into the ceiling of what's possible for you to get approved. Alternatively, there's of the two debt ratios, the first ratio is the housing ratio. The second ratio is all debts, housing related, plus other debts, say car payments, student loans. Let's say your housing payment's $2,000, you got another $1,000 of a car payment and student loan, so that's $3,000 a month in potential obligations, and you only have $5,000 a month in total income. 3,000 divided by 6,000 is a 50% debt ratio. So that is essentially the maximum you would see for conventional loans that are going to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Not that I advise someone to get a 50% debt ratio, but that is essentially pushing what the boundaries of that is allowable and then what you actually see an approval for. Alternatively, if your debt ratio is in the 50s and you're trying to get a conventional loan, it's essentially a hard stop right around that 50% marker, and you're going to have a very, very difficult and challenging time finding someone to take a conventional loan with the debt to income ratio above that 50% mark. So these are kind of general numbers and general guidelines, but DTI and debt to income ratio is a major component of how we put your mortgage together to make sure we can get you the money you need and you're going to get approved for the loan that you ultimately want and can get approved for. So if you have questions about what your DTI, what your debt ratio might be, and how that plays into your home affordability, whether it's buying a new home or refinancing your current one, reach out to us and our team at Philadelphia Mortgage Brokers. We'd be happy to have a conversation with you and walk you through the details.